Welcome back. The Ottawa Senators franchise rebuild has come to an end, and that means we're on to the next, and we're going to be rebuilding the Los Angeles Kings Western Conference Pacific Division. We're going to start up this career. One thing to note, the scoring is on high, shot simulation on high, everything else is the same. Just want to see more goals, Keep salary cap on. So I downloaded some rosters from the roster sharing team. So hopefully we got some good prospects in here. I didn't look too much into it. I just went with the highest downloaded roster. But let's get into it. Fired from the Ottawa Senators, fresh off of a Stanley Cup. I have made my way to the Los Angeles Kings. And the first thing we have to do, we just got to take a look at this roster. Let's go roster moves here. Let's make sure we have a full roster before I make any changes. 21. Let's go into goalies. So goalies, quick. Yep. Defenseman 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. See if there's anyone we need to call up. I'll go through it a little bit in depth a bit later. I just want to see if there's anyone I want to call up here. Brandt Clarke. He's gonna be good. Brandt Clarke will be good, but I'm gonna keep him in the minors for the first year. But yeah, Brandt Clarke's probably one of their best prospects. He's medium elite, 75 overall, superstar X Factor, 6'1", 18 years old, not 18 pounds, 181 pounds. But he is going to be one of our key players going forward here. Who else do we got? Austin Strand. I saw Christian Wolin, a former Ottawa Senator. He is probably not going to crack the roster. Sean Durzi. Haven't heard much about this guy. Has he ever played an NHL game? He has never played an NHL game. But high top 6, 77 overall. We'll probably keep him down in the minors for now. Anyone else that jumps out on us? No. I mean, top 6 potential is not terrible for Grands. Who else they got? Marcus Phillips, top 6. I know they have a decent crop of prospects here. Brock Faber, top 6, high potential. Another decent prospect. Another one, Jordan Spence. They got some decent defensive prospects. No really good ones outside of Brandt Clarke, of course. But let's take a look at the defensemen in the NHL. Drew Doughty. They got Mikey Anderson. I honestly don't know anything about Mikey Anderson. But he played last year. He played the year before. I've never even heard of this guy. So Mikey Anderson, he's got good potential. Top 4 guy, 22 years old. We can definitely go around him. Alex Edler. I used to be a huge Edler fan when he was on the Vancouver Canucks a while ago, but he's getting old. His contract's probably a little bit bad. Yeah, you probably will not be signing him after this year. Definitely someone who we can use as trade bait. The way I'm looking at this is year 1, it's a tank. You're like, I'm sorry, but LA, we just need to go through a smaller little rebuild. One more good draft class, but we have the players to be good. Give some time for players like Brandt Clarke to develop. I think I might even trade Edler this year. Who else? Matt Waugh, they got good potential defensemen. Sean Walker, 81. Oli Mata, 80 overall. And then finally, Tobias Jornfot, top 4. This guy, I like this guy. Tobias Jornfot, 20 years old, 80 overall. See, as a Sens fan, I don't really deal with the LA Kings often, so there's a lot of these new guys. I don't watch many of their games, but I'm very interested. So $74 million in cap space. We're going to send down, I think I'm going to send down Oli Mata, to be honest. We'll send down Oli Mata for now. I don't really care for him. We'll keep him, minor top 2. We'll keep him in the minors for now. Let's go back to the NHL here. Let's go 2 forwards. We got to send a couple guys down, I imagine. Elias Anderson. What's his? 2-way forward. I want to keep him up there. Rasmus Kapari, playmaker. He's got good potential, though, so I think leaving him up will be beneficial. Brendan Lemieux, definitely a grinder. One of the more annoying players in the NHL, I imagine. Carl Gunstrom, another young guy. They got a lot of good young players on this team. Moore, it seems like one of those guys I might send down just because he's a playmaker. Moore or Lizotte? Who should I send down? Moore or Lizotte? I'm going to keep up Lizotte. Send Moore down. I just want to get to like the minimum 18 players, so I got to send one more guy down here. Okay, it's going to have to be one of these guys. Depth forward. Maybe I send down Lazat too as a playmaker. I know he's a little bit young. I'm gonna send him down. Playmaker, we'll send him down. And now let's go check out the AHL. Make sure we have everyone we want up. We're definitely gonna bring up Quinn Byfield. That has to happen. He is our offensive gem. He is our future. So we definitely want him playing right away. More Ladot, Austin Wagner. Wagner wouldn't be bad either. Two-way forward. Pretty good skills everywhere. Anderson, Dolan. They actually have a pretty good depth chart here. Oh, I forgot about Kaliev. I gotta bring up Kaliev. Holy, okay, the LA Kings have a really good depth chart. Mac will go. You guys, Mac was one of the subscribers who's a big LA fan, if anyone didn't know. Alex Turcotte, he's going to be really good. I think if we keep Turcotte in the minors for a year, that would be a good thing. Even Kaliev. I'm going to keep Kaliev down in the minors for 1 year, have them play together, but I'm definitely bringing up Quinn and Byfield. I have to drop one guy down, Dustin Brown. I kind of want to drop Dustin Brown down, but I'll keep Brown on the squad. Velarde, going to keep him on the squad. Lemieux, Dustin Brown kind of seems like the one guy, if anyone's going to be dropped down, it's going to be him. Iafallo. Making it hard right away for us. Low top 6. I like the potential. I got to keep him around. Gunstrom. I feel like Gunstrom, I mean, two-way forward, yeah, he's going to be good. Him or Lemieux would have to be dropped down, and I think I prefer Lemieux over who has better defensive stats. So Lemieux's a bit better. So I'll drop Gunstrom down. Sorry about that little rant. Okay, let's go best lines. Let's take a look at the roster here. We do not want help from the assistant coach. So they want Quinn and Byfield playing the first line power forward. I don't think that's the best spot for him per se. Second line might be a little bit more favorable for him. So I'm going to keep him on the second line. I don't really care if this first line gets destroyed realistically. So we're going to keep Kopitar there. Deneau, Iafallo. Let's kind of play around with these rosters, see if we can get the best situation for Quinn and Byfield here. All right, so we did a little bit of mix and mashing on this squad here. We're going to be rocking Dustin Brown on that first line, a little bit of retirement for him. Anze Kopitar. I would love to put Kopitar and Byfield together, but I don't think he has any love of playing on that second line. But you know what? We're just going to throw him there. Second line, we're going Kopitar and Byfield. Kopitar doesn't have many good years left in him, so might as well get him on a line with Byfield to get a little bit of development. As you can see, a lot of the good players from back in the day when they won the Cup, Kopitar, Dustin Brown, Drew Doughty, Jonathan Quick, all these guys are getting a little bit older. I mean, it's crazy that Kopitar's 34 years old. Absolutely crazy. Brown, 36 years old. Victor Arvidsson, 28, but he wasn't there for the Cups. Philip Deneau, they signed to a huge contract. I don't really agree with it, but it's something we got to deal with in this franchise mode now. And Andreas Athanasiou, I do like him. Gabe Velarde, he can potentially grow to be something. He's got decent potential. He's not a superstar X Factor, so he'll probably play third line most of his career. He is a two-way forward, so I don't mind ever having him on that third, fourth line. I think we have the keys to success. We went through that Sens franchise and we dealt with some troubles, but now we know we need that two-way forward, power forward sniper, or two-way forward playmaker sniper. We can't mess around with that. So for this line, we got sniper Arvidsson, two-way forward Anze Kopitar, and then power forward Quinn and Byfield. Byfield's playing right wing just so I have him on his one-timer side. Arvidsson shoots right. He's also on his one-timer side. So I'm really hoping that Anze Kopitar can be a big factor in this for Quinn and Byfield. So that's going to be that second line, Arvidsson, Kopitar, Byfield. Third line, we got Rasmus Kupari, Gabe Velarde, and Andreas Athanasiou. Fourth line, Alafayo. I mean, I'd like to have him a little bit higher up in the roster, the depth charts, but it's just the way it goes. Anything else can have some pretty bad morale, so we'll keep him there. Elias Anderson and then Brendan Lemieux on that fourth line. Defensively, I didn't really touch it all, but I'm going to bring up, oh my god, -3s. Okay, how can we play with this to not get a -3 here? Anderson's maybe? Oh my, I kind of want Bjorge Fort to Bjorge Font. I can't speak to develop. So I might put him on that first line. But wow, these defensemen, it's just -3, -2. I mean, is there any way we can get out? I think we need a new defensive coach. I think the first order of business is fire our coach. You know what? That's what I'm gonna do. First order of business, fire this coach. I've had enough of them. I haven't even played one day, but I know they suck in real life. So they're actually not doing too bad in real life. But coaching staff, where is he? Our NHL head coach focuses on defensemen, but I mean, it was nice knowing you, Travis Stoner, but it's time to go. It's time to go here. So for the time being, I guess I have to fill the role, eh? Let's just go with the associates coach here. You can be head coach. Oh, I actually want to go interim. I think I messed everything up. I honestly think I messed everything up here. Interim NHL head coach. Okay. The computer will fix that, hopefully. So yeah, let's get into this. Let's get a little bit into this. This episode will be a little bit shorter. We're kind of all over the place, but I want to view the contracts also before we start up here, see what we're dealing with. So Anze Kopitar, $10 million for the next 3 years. Drew Doughty, $11 million for the next 4 years. So I mean, those are crazy contracts. I mean, ideally we can get rid of them, but they gotta retire LA Kings. Anze Kopitar, Drew Doughty, I mean, they bleed the LA Kings colors. Gotta keep them around. So we're gonna need to sign Anderson, which I imagine will be a fairly decent, not terrible. If I can get this done now, I'll do it. 6 years at $4.6 million. I'm gonna try signing him right now. Dustin Brown, we're probably not gonna offer a contract extension. He might even retire, so we'll hold off on that. Adrian Kempe. So who else do we have here? Victor Arvidsson, 4.25 mil for the next 3 years, a crazy contract. Deneau, 5.5 for the next 6 years, 5 years including this one. Alfaio, 4 mil for the next couple years. Yeah, we got a couple players on some big contracts here. But there is a lot of contracts ending this year, like Alex Edler, Anthony Ciu, Waz got 3.15. They are paying some players. They are paying some of these guys. Bjorkstrand, I would like to sign right now. See, that seems like a big contract for someone I don't know is going to grow. But I feel like the first couple of years we'll have a little bit of cap space to play with. So let's go, you know what, 5. Is he going to grow? Because if he grows, I don't mind paying him around this much money. 5 years at 3.775. You know, let's just do it. Let's just do it. Where can we go wrong? Brendan Lemieux, I would like to bring back for that fourth line. That's the type of deal I would bring him back to. 6 years, sure. Might as well get these signings out of the way now that we're here. Anderson's says trade for assets, so it's going to be that little glitch. I'll go back. But this actually leads us to the next thing I want to look at, and the trade value of these teams. So Brant Clark, Alex Turcotte, Quinn Byfield. That's our future right there. 2 centers, a defenseman. Kaliev is also going to be very good, I think. And Bjorkstrand, I mean, hopefully. We got a lot of guys with decent potential, but we also have a lot of guys that are making a little bit too much money for a long time. So if we look at the salary here, it'll be a lot easier to see. So Drew Doughty, 6 years left, 11 mil. Anze Kopitar, 3 years left at 10 mil. Dustin Brown's contract will be up this year, thank God. Philip Deneau, 5.5 for 6. Victor Arvidsson, Alfaio, Edler, Oli Mata. Oli Mata's not even on the team. I have him in the minors. Can we just flip Oli Mata? Can we flip Oli Mata for something? A 4th? More than 50 players on our roster. You know what? Well, we gotta get one trade in, right? We gotta get one trade in. 3rd. Can I get a 3rd? Oh, wow. I got a 3rd for Oli Mata? Did I have Oli Mata on the roster? Oh, I just did best GM. Oh, I ruined everything. All right, let me fix the rosters, and then we'll get into the first game of the regular season. The new coach, we get a little bit better morale, so I will throw Quinn Byfield on that first line. Throw him to the Wolves here. Again, I'm going to put him on his one-timer side. Philip Deneau will be playing with him. I think I should put Arvidsson there, actually, just because he's a sniper. I think it'll help the simulations, but you lose all the morale. So it looks like this is what we're going to be going with. Philip Deneau, he's going to be playing with Anze Kopitar and Quinn Byfield. Second line, Arvidsson, Kupari, Anthony Ciu. Can I put, no, okay. What about Velarde? No, I can't do that. And then third line, Alfaio, Velarde, Lias Anderson, Braden Lemieux, Dustin Brown, and Adrian Kempe. Kempe, I would like to bring up the roster if possible. Alafai was a bit older. Let's just Kempe's offensively probably not as good as Alafio, but I think Kempe's better in real life, if I'm being honest. I'm gonna bring Kempe up, and then defensively, now we don't have all those crazy morales. We got Anderson Doughty, Bjork Fort, Sean Walker, Matt Waugh, and then Alex Edler. Let's get into the season here. We'll simulate a couple days, maybe like a month, and then we'll see how our team's playing. I'm not expecting this to be a playoff team. Once again, I think we got to make some moves. I think come trade deadline, there's going to be some trades that we need to make to, maybe even tank a little bit further. Because I don't think the team's terrible, but we're definitely nowhere close to good, if that makes any sense. And before we get the season started, I think the most important part was actually to take a look at our minors and make sure that we got the right guys playing in the right spots here. Let's do best lines to start with. I like that, yeah. Okay, so best lines, head coach preferred lines here. So where do we have Vladimir? No, we don't need him. Trevor Moore. Okay, we'll go like that. I just want to make sure that the top guys are playing. So Turkov, Kaliev, Lazat, honestly. Lazat, can we get up there? Do we have a center that can play here? Carl Gunstrom. No, we don't want Gunstrom playing. Gunstrom, you can go down. Boom. Just like that. Just keep moving around. Let the good guys play. The younger players get a chance. Adam Johnson. And then defensively, we want to make sure we have the correct scheme here too. Jordan Spence. Oh yeah, I guess I was looking for a defenseman, Brant Clark, but I forgot he's still in the minors. But that's going to be the rosters for the AHL. Let's get into it. Game number 1 of the regular season in LA. The Los Angeles Kings versus the Vegas Golden Knights. Can we go 1-0? First goal of the series. First goal of the year. First goal of this franchise mode is scored by Ryan Kapari on Robin Lehner. We're getting outshot 8-7, but up 1-0 here. Second period, we get another goal, and it's Quinton Byfield on pace for 82 games, 82 goals. Let's go, up 2-0 over the Vegas Golden Knights. A huge penalty to start off the period. We're unable to kill it as Captain Mark Stone scores. They get another power play goal, but we get a short-handed goal as this one is now a 3-2 lead in the third period with 7 minutes left. Getting outshot pretty heavily here, 34-20. Can we hold on? Come on, Peterson. Come on, or Pedersen, my apologies. And he does. We steal game number 1, 3-2 as Pedersen is the first star. Kopitar, 1 goal, 1 assist, and Quinn Byfield has a goal in his first game of the year. Love to see that, but I'll simulate a month here. We'll talk over while I simulate, but we're not going to simulate too far ahead. I want to see what everyone thinks about the roster, what we should do here. I do not want to trade for JT Miller. Thank you very much. We lose game 2 against the Minnesota Wild 1-0. And we're 2-2-1 here. 2-3-1. I think we're gonna hover around 500. If I'm gonna guess this year, I think it's gonna be around the 500 mark. Our goaltending isn't stellar, but defensively we're not terrible. Drew Doughty's still a pretty high overall, even though in real life he's not the player he used to be. But I'd say he's still a good player. But 6-11. We'll do one more game. Actually, let's go to the Ottawa Senators. Can we beat the Leafs, though? We lost 7-2 to the Toronto Maple Leafs. Let's do it. Last game before the end of the episode. The Ottawa Senators versus the LA Kings. My former franchise taking on my new franchise. Can we take them down? First period, we exchange goals as it's Gabe Vilardi and Artem Zub 1-1. Second period, we get lit up. Zub scores again. Stutzla gets a goal and Josh Norris, but we get goals from Anderson and Victor Arvidsson as we're playing against Gusterson and nets there. 4-3 for the Ottawa Senators in the third period. Can we come back? Do we have the heart? Still early. Come on, boys. 10 minutes left. Power play, come on. We're on a power play for an hour. Could not score a goal. 2 minutes left. Can we capitalize? And we do. Andreas Athanasiou scores with a minute 32 left in the game as this one goes to overtime. The typical Sens choke. What happened? Do we get an overtime winner here? It looks like this one's going to need shootout, and we're unable to win the shootout as Josh Norris ends it for the Ottawa Senators. But a big game from Zub, Stutzla, and Andreas Athanasiou. But that's going to do it for episode 1 of the Los Angeles Kings franchise mode. Let me know what you guys think. Let me know what we should do with the veterans. Should we trade them at the deadline? Should we ride it out with them and just not sign them? What do you guys think? But yeah, that's going to do it for this episode. Go Kings, go. And thank you for watching. And as always, have a great day. See you later. Peace.